What's good, everybody? So apparently, since the obviously since the bet is off, um, I'm still gonna go through this. I'm still gonna go through the season regardless. Um, because now you know I'm winning a lot of money on Super Draft, and for the ones who don't know what Super Draft is, it's kind of like another version of FanDuel or DraftKings, but it's just better. I might probably do a tutorial on that probably tomorrow or Saturday. Yeah, Saturday I'm gonna do a tutorial on that. So yeah, but anyways, man, I'm gonna talk about the New York Giants, and this is the game that everybody, want to say, oh, this is a must win. Like, people have to understand, or Giants fans have to understand that we were going up against two solid defenses, okay? Like, the play calling that you saw Thursday, we couldn't do it against you know, we couldn't do it against the, the excuse me, the Broncos or the Washington football team because on how great their defensive, how systematic or scheme or how they scheme you defensively. Okay, that's the reason why we didn't obviously open up. I mean, we opened up our books against the Washington football team a little bit, but I just felt like we didn't attack them like the way that we should have attacked you know the Broncos. But that's over with. It's in the record books, and what we just gotta. Well, they just gotta move on and figure a way out to not go down 0-3. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote some notes down. You know what I'm saying? So the first note is the Falcons leads the New York Giants all time, meaning that the Falcons have won 13 out of their last, well, between 25 meetings, because they both met 25 times, right? So out of 25 meetings, the Falcons beat the Giants 12. The Falcons beat the Giants 12, no, 13 times out of 12, Uh, the second note is the Giants and the Falcons only met in the playoffs one time. And we all know how that went when, obviously, we just, walked all over them, walked all over them with that 24-2, beat down. You know what I'm saying? The second note is the Falcons has the worst defense in the NFL, allowing 80 points. Okay? They gave up 32 points to the Eagles offense. And then obviously yesterday they gave up a whopping 48 points to the Buccaneers. Tom Brady went haywire. So 32 plus 48 is 80. Okay. And the New York Giants has the second worst defense in the NFL, giving a whopping 57 points. Okay. We gave up 27 points to the Broncos and we gave up 30 points to the Redskins or to the Washington football team. So 27 plus 32 is 57. Okay. So I wrote down some key dates that the Falcons and the Giants won and lost. Okay. So we're gonna start all the way on. Let me see. November, December. Yeah, we're going to start at November 22nd, 2009. We all know how that went. We had to snap our four-game losing streak against the Falcons, and that resulted into overtime. We went into overtime, and the final score was 34-21. 31. Okay, July 08, 2012, like I said before, that one playoff beatdown, 24-2. We won that. October 15, 2007, we beat them 31-10. 11, I mean, November, November 21st, 04, we lost to them 14-10. December 16, 2012, that's when we got destroyed by them at home, 34-0. Okay. October 5th, 2014. I think that was when Odell Beckham Jr. came back from that four game absence because of his hamstring. We lost that 30-20, even though he snagged like I think one or two touchdowns. Okay. 09, no, 2015. Oh, hold on, 2000 and yeah, no, my bad. August 20th, 2015, we lost to them 20-20, 24-20. And the last meeting, the very last meeting we faced was October 22nd, 2018. That was the last time we faced each other. And we lost that 23-20. So historically, and this is historically, by the way, you can check it out, Google it. Historically, we don't necessarily fare well against Washington. Against the Falcons. Whether it's away, whether it's at home, we all know how the Falcons is more of a dome team. They play very well at home sometimes, and they don't play. For some odd reason, they don't play well outside of doors. You could say that for the Saints, which we play up next, by the way, after this. So historically, this is going to be a shootout. Now, obviously, I'll give the Giants defense a slight edge because we have better players than the Falcons do. You know what I'm saying? But entering this league, the Falcons and the Giants have the worst defense right now. Right now. So this might probably end in a shootout, or if our defense and offense can play as one, we can probably score 41 points like we did in 2000 and what, 2, when we went to the playoffs with Kerry Collins. No, Todd, no, was it Kerry Collins? I think it was Kerry Collins. And then we put up like 41 points on the Vikings, who had Randy Moss, you know what I'm saying, and Chris Carter. So we can probably be like that, or it could be a dogfight. It could be a shootout. You know what I'm saying? Like we could go back and forth, exchange points, 17-14, or 17-17, not 17-17, 7-7, 14-14, 21-21. Probably kick a field goal in between. You know what I'm saying? Make it like 17-10, something like that. Because I don't see neither defense stopping their offense. The way the Falcons put up points against the Buccaneers defense, at least they put up points and not just 6 points like they did week one. So this might probably the scale of the Giants and the scale of the Giants and the Falcons might tilt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like the Giants might have a few stops here and there because of their defense slightly being better, and the Falcons just might have to rely on their offense throughout this whole entire game because they can't stop a cold. Now, obviously, they sacked Tom Brady a couple of times in that game. I'm not saying that Tom Brady wasn't touched. He was sacked probably like twice in that game. So in order for the Falcons to get you know get the sacks going against Daniel Jones, they just had to be creative with their scheme. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and Daniel Jones, his receivers just need to get open. Now I do think Kadarius Toney. This is the game out of the two games that he didn't play. Obviously, he didn't play week one, and he had -2 yards in week two. This is the game that Kadarius Toney has to shine. With this bad defense that they're facing, I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants put up 38 points in this game. You know what I'm saying? Historically, historically bad. Like 80 points in the last two games, that's just unheard of. You know what I'm saying? So if there's any game that the Giants have to score at least 40 to 38 points, this is the game. And I think this is the game that they should and probably win to snap their, 2-game losing streak. Falcons, they're tanking. They're probably going to go for a quarterback this year because they need to move on from Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is not the answer. He's never been the answer, and we all saw it in that Super Bowl. But nonetheless, it is what it is. The Falcons could have had their first championship in a long time. So I don't think they'll ever be back. So if the Falcons need to move on from Matt Ryan, do so. They're my. I'll say this right now: the Falcons are going to be the worst team in the NFL. Probably the Jets are probably going to be first. The Falcons and probably some other team. I can't really think of any other teams that's 0-2. Probably the Colts or whatever have you. But mark my words, the Falcons will have the worst record in the NFL because their defense can't stop a nosebleed. So, but as for Daniel Jones, Daniel just needed to just picked up where he left off. Now I know most people say, well, if he faced the Washington football team 17 times, they'll probably go, undefeated, this and that, which it doesn't work that way because they only faced them twice. Pretty sure they're probably going to get swept again. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to get swept because I already picked the Washington football team to sweep them. So it is what it is. But in order for Daniel Jones to beat this defense, he has to perform a lot better, you know. Now, obviously, he did perform a lot better, but you can't really base that one game and say, oh, we found our franchise quarterback or, oh, this and that. Because anybody can have a good game. You know how many one good games Ryan Fitzpatrick had? And he's been up and down his whole career. So longevity wise, he has to be like a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. Don't turn the ball over a lot. Yeah, you can have a few mistakes, I mean, throw a few interceptions, but, when you need him to be great, he disappears, you know? And he needs that playoff atmosphere too. We need to see how he works in the playoffs. Not a lot of people mention that, or not a lot of Giants YouTubers mention that. We have yet to see Daniel Jones in the playoffs. That's another thing. As great as he is running, yeah, but again, the Giants need to score points. And that's what, the PFF was projecting the Giants to score 27 to 31 points. You know, they scored they scored 13 points in their first meeting against the Broncos. They scored 27 against the you know against the Washington football team. So hold on, quick math. Yeah, so in the last two games, they only scored 40 points. You know, they gave her 57 points on defense, and they scored 40 points on offense. So it's like up and down. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, man, that's all I got. You know, I mean, it's not really keys to the game or anything. It's just, I mean, losing 13 times to the Falcons, I mean, obviously some of those losses had to do with Michael Vick because Michael Vick was back, I think back in 04, yeah, 04, oh 07. Yeah, so those 2 years when Michael Vick was in his prime, I mean, I think that one game was on Monday Night Football, if I'm not mistaken. And we actually lost that game. Crippler scored like 2 points against us. But anyways, man, that's it. That's all. So I mean, I picked the Giants to go 0-2, and I actually picked them to win this game because I didn't know how these teams was going to pan out week one, you know? So, it is what it is. So, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.